Hello and Happy New Year. Welcome back to Pride of All Europe TV. Just going through a review of the Stoke game today. Wondered what you thought. It's the first time in a long time that I've seen the Twitter reaction so divided over a game. Usually you log on after the match, see what people are thinking of it, and people are more than often, like 99% of the time, people agree either we played well, was lucky to played well and was deserving of the win, was unlucky not to get the win, or whatever. But today there was a complete divide in everyone's opinion. 1-1 away at Stoke, on paper it's a tough place to go. They're very aggressive. They bully teams, and going 1-0 down after 2 minutes didn't really do us any favours. On the other hand, we've not dropped many points to Stoke over the years. I think today was the 5th point they picked up against us, but it was a darn sight better than last season. So we've discussed fixture congestion. I know that Van Gaal has pointed out that there should be a winter break, but it's the same for everybody. Everybody's had to play these amount of games in the same time, so that can't be used as an excuse for dropping away points. But I was surprised that he didn't really utilise the size of our squad a bit more. Now I know we've got a lot of injuries, but Raphael, Januzaj, Herrera and Wilson were all available over the Christmas period, and he's still stuck with the same side. Now I thought he might have mixed it up a little bit more, brought players in, freshened it up if you like, but he's the boss. He's obviously picking a side, so I can't complain. I just thought these guys would have got a few more minutes over this sort of festive period, if you like. Looking at the game itself, like I say, to go a goal down after 2 minutes was tragic, especially the nature of the goal as well. You know Stoke are going to launch balls in the box. They've been launching balls in the box since the days of Rory Delap's throw-ins. So when it comes in, you've got Peter Crouch in there. Find somebody who's going to stick with him, pull his shirt, jump on his shoulders, grab him around the waist, do whatever. The minute that ball come in and Luke Shaw was left with him, there's only one winner. Luke Shaw is 5'6", something like that. Peter Crouch is 18 foot tall. How he got left with him is a joke. And then obviously Crouch has won the knockdown, and Shawcross has put it in the back of the net again. Phil Jones, who was meant to be following Shawcross had a good 5 or 6 yards sort of on him. He was away from him, so you've got to be closer to your men. Now, I'm no professional footballer. I'm no coach. You don't need me chewing your ear off, telling you how to mark from corners, but it's a fact. You've got to be all over the player. In terms of our defenders, I don't think Jones and Evans were actually that great today. There was another incident in the first half where the ball came over the top, got held up in the wind, but Evans let it bounce. He should have dealt with it. It should have been in row Z, but Juve nicked it off him, beat him, and then squandered a good opportunity. Now that could have made the game 2-0 and we would have been well out of sight. I thought, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, credit where credit's due, I thought Chris Smalling was excellent today. He was the centre of the back three. He had Evans one side and Jones the other, and I thought he won everything he could possibly win in the air. He was lucky not to give away a penalty, but away from that, he made a good few challenges. He was quick off the mark. He was good up against Peter Crouch. He was good against Juve. So I thought Chris Smalling was excellent today. So fair play to him, especially with like Tweedledee and Tweedledum either side of him as well. And it was his first game back after a couple of games out. So fair play to Smalling. Like we said, we discussed Stoke being physical, Juve missing that chance, Crouchy hit the post from a header. So a draw today was a fair result. Looking at our substitutions, I found it quite strange that he took Falcao off when he did. I thought the longer the game was going on, Falcao was... Spurs have just scored. It's 1-1 now against Chelsea. Keeping an eye on that. I thought Falcao was decent. I thought as the game was going on, he grew with confidence. He scored his goal, a poacher's goal. That's 3 goals for us now, and they've all been within 7 yards. So he's definitely a goal poacher. Well, that's a decent strike that from that Spurs player. We should check that out. So Falcao going off was odd. We lack a bit of pace, and I was, Januzaj come on. I thought, well, that's good. On the counter attack, we've got a bit of pace. I'm not really sure what's going on. Again, with the Twitter, the Twitter keyboard warriors all having a go at Januzaj. He's taken some pelters. He come on for 25 minutes. What do you expect? He's not Ronaldo. He's not going to come on and change the game. He's rusty. He's been out for a long time. People need to back off and leave him alone a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I'm full of criticising players when it's due, and Januzaj gave the ball away a couple of times, but for God's sake, he's a kid, he hasn't played for ages. What did you expect from him when he come on? He's not going to come on and beat 5 players and score the winner, is he? Just give him time to bed back into the side, if you like. you know, still looking at the game, it was a strange one to take Falcao off. Smalling stood out well. I felt we missed Fellaini today, his height, his presence. Rooney in centre midfield I'm still quite enjoying. I think he can do that. It wouldn't surprise me if he stayed there permanently, because, you know, again, we've asked a lot of our Twitter followers, when everyone is fully fit, like the whole squad is fit, if it ever happens, firstly, where does Ashley Young fit in? Does he keep his place, or is he out? Because he's been playing really well. I know he's injured now, but is he deserving of keeping his place? And secondly, where does Wayne Rooney play? When everybody is fully fit and Di Maria's back, Herrera's 100%, does Wayne Rooney stay in centre midfield, or does he take Falcao or Van Persie's place up top? There's a lot of questions that, you know, I'm quite looking forward to answering, because it's going to be competition for places. So it's quite exciting times. But, you know, you can't really argue with today's game, especially with Stoke hitting the post. We could have done more. We wasn't great, but we didn't lose. That's 10 unbeaten, of which 6 of them, you know, 7 of them we've won actually. 7 of the 10 we've won. And you look at our next 4 fixtures, we've got Southampton at home, QPR away, Leicester at home, West Ham away. If you want to add one more to that, we've got Burnley at home. Now, again, looking from that, you've got to expect from the 5, you know, perhaps 13 points from those 5. You'd be surprised if we didn't. So, you know, I'm optimistic. Things are still looking good, and I'm still happy. I'm still a happy man tonight. Always want to win, but when you don't, sometimes you've got to hold your hands up and say a point will do. Against Spurs, a point definitely didn't make me happy. We deserved to win that 3 or 4-0, but today, a point, you know, I'll take that. I'll take that away with me tonight. So yeah, looking at man of the match, had Falcao stayed on, I'm pretty sure he would have got it, but as he was dragged off, needlessly in my opinion, I'm going to give it to Chris Smalling. I think Chris Smalling was excellent. If you want to talk to me about this video, any of my opinions, give me a shout. I'm on Twitter, it's at Nathon W. If you want to speak to any of the guys at Pride of All Europe, it's at MUFC_PRAE. Like I say, it was very windy at the Britannia today, but you can't blame the wind for a lack of victory, because both teams had to deal with it. It's not an excuse, but it was definitely a factor in the way we tried to play our game, the way we approached it and the way they approached it. So yeah, give me a shout, and I'll be back before the Yeovil game at the weekend. Cheers, see ya.